you who didn't follow through with evidence, okay? Maybe I need to rephrase. I said that we had main points or arguments, okay? These are your reasons why why Pepsi is better than Coke, or why we should get rid of homework, or whatever it is that you were trying to convince us of. Your main points, these are the Roman numerals. Main points, let's call them arguments, or your whys. Whoops, what did I just do?
What the
I
heck?
don't know what I did. What was
Oh,
that?
there it is.
Yeah, but it's really tiny.
Go to the,
There you
back
go.
to the,
No.
Go up. You zoom in. You have to zoom in on.
There we go. Okay. Your main points, your arguments, or you could call them the whys. Okay. Next are the supporting points. These are the subtopics. These are also, you could call them claims, if you want to go that route. Okay? And then the next one are the details or evidence. Now here's how it works. And this is where several of you seem to be missing out. You had your main points, you had your supporting points, but then you didn't go beyond that. And part of it is because some of you just wrote a paragraph in here with your supporting points. Okay? Let's say that your argument is that we shouldn't have homework. Okay? That's your whole persuasive speech. Well, one of the reasons why maybe we shouldn't have homework is it's stressful, okay? So your one would be too stressful. Then underneath that, you have to have an A. Maybe you've got some statistics on anxiety. Okay, so you're going to say increases anxiety here. You can't just say that, okay? In persuasion, you can't just leave it at that. You have to take it a step further. Find a study, okay? These are the details. This is the evidence. According to a study by you can fill it in. Maybe it's whatever it is. Okay, you found a study. Homework increases teen anxiety by, let's say, 67%. Okay, and I'm making up statistics here just as an example. All right, that's what you need to do. You can't just leave it at this, okay? And then I had a couple people who had these things backwards. They put all their statistics in their A's and their B's, and then they put it increases anxiety underneath it as the detail. Guys, you got to get these things straight. So it goes the argument or the whys, the subtopic or a claim, make it so it's too stressful. Well, how is it too stressful? It increases anxiety. What's another thing that it could be under the stress? Maybe it's, and you would need two details here. So you would need something else.
lack of sleep due to staying up.
Okay. Lack of sleep. That could be another one. Okay. And then you could talk about that. You could also talk about what anxiety does or stress does, okay? That could be another point. Here's what happens if we're too stressed. It affects our health, or maybe that's a whole other thing, but it could be it increases anxiety. There's a lack of sleep and stress is bad for your health, okay? And the effects of stress, and you could talk about that. But each one needs at least 2 details, guys. So you can't just say it increases anxiety and leave it at that study. You need something else too. Maybe it's an example, okay? Maybe it's and when I say an example, I don't mean kids don't get enough sleep. That's not an example. You need a specific one, either a story about a particular person or maybe your own personal experience, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we mean by details. Think of it as evidence. Evidence isn't just saying, oh, it stresses us out. Show me the proof. That's what you need to do in a persuasive speech. That is much more persuasive, much more effective than just saying these things. Remember when I talked about, and when we started persuasion, when I said, if you're going to go buy a car and you want to consider the different things that you want, like maybe gas mileage is important, you're not just going to let the salesman say, yeah, it gets good gas mileage. No, you want the specifics of that. I've heard kids boys especially, sit in class and talk about all the specifications of trucks and cars and engines. Guys, those are the details. You don't just say, oh, well, it runs well. Well, that doesn't tell me anything, okay? If you want it to have good gas mileage, you need to know the numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to know those numbers. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. The same thing is true of your other topics, okay? Whatever you're trying to convince us of. So you need numbers, you need specific actual examples, not the generalizations that I saw in a lot of your outlines, okay? And like I said, there are probably at least 5 or 6 of you in here who did a great job on it, don't need to fix anything. There's another couple of people who just have really minor things to fix. And then there's another 6 or 7 of you that have a lot more to fix or haven't turned your outline in. Yes?
I just started mine, so I need help with it.
Okay.
I didn't do anything this weekend because we were working.
Yeah, and what about last week? I know you were gone a couple, or at least once, but
I pretty much just,
yeah, last week you should have been working on this in my class.
yeah, I was sleeping.
Okay, so guys, we have to get these corrected, okay? Now, some of you, it may have been a matter of, hey, I think you should rearrange this, or you needed to fix your thesis statement, or your attention getter, okay? But look over it. If you hit, I believe it's View Submission Details, it will show you the side notes I put in, okay? Or some of you, I just typed a big paragraph in the comments. There were a couple people that it wouldn't let me do the side notes, but so look at both things. If I put side notes in, hit view, well, to check on that, hit View Submission Notes or View Submission Details. I think that's right, isn't it? Pretty sure. And then also read what I said in the other comment part, okay? So we're gonna work on that today. Get those fixed. We could start with a few of you delivering your speeches tomorrow, but there are some of you that need to fix your speeches.
I need all week.
No, we're not doing all week. At the latest, we'll start Wednesday. But if I do have a few of you who want to go ahead and give your speech tomorrow, you can.
Yeah.
Okay? So we could start delivering tomorrow. All right?
Okay.
You also have the Patrick Henry assignment. Some of you have turned it in, some of you have
Oh my
not.
Gosh.
All right. Questions? Yes.
Do you make any more comments on my accent? Or do I not?
Let me turn off the recording here.